Hello everyone, dear primary 4 students. Today we will start together chapter 2 in your story The Blue Diamond. In this chapter we will learn more information about the blue diamond. We find that Mr. Sherlock Holmes knows a lot of things about the diamond. He knows the owner of the diamond, and she is called the Countess of Morker. He also knows that the diamond disappeared a week ago from the Cosmopolitan Hotel because the Countess of Morker was staying there. He knows that the diamond is very expensive, it's £20,000, and there is a reward for the person who finds it. £1,000 for the person who finds the diamond. There is a case and there is someone accused of stealing this diamond. The police think that a particular person is the thief. He knows all this through reading the newspaper. At the end of chapter 2, Mr. Sherlock Holmes finds that it's important to find Henry Baker, so he has a good idea to find him. He thinks of a very good idea to find Mr. Henry Baker. Now let's start together reading the chapter. When Sherlock Holmes saw the diamond in the doorman's hand, he sat up. Well, Peterson, he said, what a wonderful thing to find in a goose. Do you know what you have in your hand? I think it's a diamond, Mr. Holmes. Is it expensive? Yes, it is, said Holmes. This is the Countess of Morker's blue diamond. It disappeared a week ago. And here Dr. Watson asks him, how do you know that? I said, Watson, you must read the newspapers more often. There is an advertisement in the Times today about it. Here, look. Holmes gave the advertisement to me. Then Holmes spoke to the doorman. It's a very expensive jewel, Peterson. The Countess paid about £20,000 for it. Last week someone took it from her rooms in the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Now the Countess wants her diamond back. She said that she's going to give £1,000 to the person who finds it. £1,000? cried Peterson excitedly. Then without saying more, he sat down in a chair between us. First he looked at Holmes and then he looked at me. The diamond disappeared 5 days ago, I think, I said. Yes, answered Holmes. They say a young man, John Horner, took it. Here is a newspaper report about the case. Holmes gave an old newspaper to me and I read the report. So this means that there is someone accused of stealing the diamond. He is called John Horner. And let's see why he is accused of stealing the diamond. Accused means that the police think that he is the thief. Here is the title of the report. A diamond disappears from the Cosmopolitan Hotel. In this report we find that John Horner is a carpenter. He went into the Countess's room to repair a window, and at the same time the diamond disappeared. James Ryder, the assistant manager of the hotel, brought Horner to the Countess's room to repair a window. Then the diamond disappeared at that time. We find also at the end of the report that John Horner was in prison once before for being a thief, and this made the police think that he was the diamond thief. James Ryder, the assistant manager of the hotel, told the court that he took Horner to the Countess's room to repair a window, and at that time the diamond disappeared. Catherine Cusack, the Countess's maid, spoke next. She said that she heard Mr. Ryder call and she ran to the room. She found no diamond in the box. Then Detective Bradstreet told the court that John Horner went to prison once before for being a thief. But when the police caught Horner, they found no diamond with him. Well, that's the newspaper report about the diamond, said Holmes. Now we need to find out how the jewel left the Countess of Morker's room in the Cosmopolitan Hotel and arrived in Tottenham Court Road in a goose. You see, Watson, there is a crime in the case. Here is the diamond. The diamond came from the goose, and the goose came from Mr. Henry Baker, the man with the old hat. I know you weren't very interested when I told you all about Mr. Baker, but now we must find him. Where and how does he come to the case of the blue diamond? The answer to these two questions is very important. But how can we find him? I asked. Through a newspaper advertisement, answered Holmes. He took a pen and began to write. Now let's read the notes that he wrote. Did you leave a goose and a black hat some days ago in Tottenham Court Road? Are you called Henry Baker? Please come to 221B Baker Street this evening at 6:30 to get your things. This means that Mr. Sherlock Holmes is waiting for Mr. Henry Baker to come to his house. Then Dr. Watson asked Mr. Sherlock Holmes, "But is he going to read it?" Mr. Sherlock Holmes said to him, "Yes, I think he is very sorry for leaving the hat and the goose in the street because he thinks he is a poor man." After that, Mr. Sherlock Holmes gave some money to Peterson to put the advertisement in all the evening newspapers and also to buy a new goose for Mr. Henry Baker. And now this is the end of chapter 2. If you have any question, please prepare it for discussion in the class. Thank you and goodbye.